Let's talk WrestleMania 42. Night one just concluded. Let's run down the card from start to finish. I have my notes here. Let's just jump right into it. So, WrestleMania tonight kicked off with Cena coming out as the host of WrestleMania. And this was a pretty much nothing segment. It was just to get Cena to show face, have his music hit, let the fans pop. That's basically what it was. I think he said something along the lines of, "It's WrestleMania. Let's see who's going to deliver." And that was pretty much it. His hair looked great, but there was no real substance to this, just to get Cena out there as the host, and then he would be out later again in the evening to announce the attendance. So those are the hosting duties. It's just to get Cena to show some face at WrestleMania. The first match of the night was the six-man tag between LA Knight and the Usos versus The Vision and IShowSpeed. The Vision and Speed came out to an entrance that had like multiple angles. I thought that was a pretty cool entrance. Logan Paul's always trying to find ways to make content or something, so I'm sure that was a lot of his doing. But I thought the entrance was cool. This was a fine match. I like how Speed was ecstatic about any offense he got in. He would do the simplest things and he would just like be over exaggerating in how excited he was. I thought that was cool to see from a celebrity. Most celebrities are getting in tons of offense on professional wrestlers. They're beating professional wrestlers. They're doing Canadian Destroyer, stuff like that. So I thought it was cool to see a celebrity be like, oh my God, I just did that. So that was cool from Speed. I did think he was going to do a little bit more. Speed is a tremendous athlete, so I thought we were going to get a little more offense from him. But I'm not mad at the fact that he kind of let it be known like, hey, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not a pro at this. So I thought that was cool from him. Let's see what else there was. There was no real viral moments within the match. They did have the speed splash at the end of the match, which was the viral moment of the match. I liked how they ended it with Speed being the babyface in all of this, and Logan Paul just being a bigger heel. The Usos and L.A. Knight did pick up the victory, and then Logan Paul kind of was bullying, beating IShowSpeed, and then they came to his aid. Speed did the splash. Speed leaves as a babyface. Logan again, just a heel move of by him. I'm not sure if we will see Speed again, but I'd be down for it. Yeah, so it was just a fine match, nothing special. Next up, we cut to the crowd. Kittle was chugging beers. He was chugging everyone's beers all night. That was cool. I love Kittle, George Kittle. He's a tremendous football player. He's a massive wrestling fan. He was at Joey Janela's spring break this week, so it's cool that someone at his high level of NFL play is a massive wrestling fan. So I'm a big fan of Kittle, so it was cool to just see him having fun and chugging beers all night. I obviously think we're going to see him compete at a WrestleMania at some point when his NFL career is over. But yeah, I just always like when he's around. Then was the Fatu Ian McIntyre unsanctioned match. Fatu's in great shape. He just keeps getting in better and better shape. This was an unsanctioned match. Whenever it's an unsanctioned match, I always hope they come out in streetwear and jeans like Shawn Michaels and Triple H did, but that's never the case. So I'm always left disappointed when they show up to an unsanctioned match in their ring gear. This was a good match. McIntyre did his Mania picture gimmick. I think this time it was a video. He recorded a video of him beating Fatu with his phone and posted that. But that's a cool thing that I'm sure we're going to get pretty much probably for the rest of McIntyre's career. So he has that little Mania gimmick picture spot. I wish the wrench spot that McIntyre did when he took the wrench to Fatu's face, I wish that led to some blood. Obviously, I understand why it didn't, being that we're going to get blood in the main event. And this was on ESPN2, so I don't know if they could get blood here. But I wish it did. I think it would have added to it, being that it was an unsanctioned match and these two guys are beasts. I think that would have added to it a little bit. Fatu, his moonsault's so pretty. I think he has a tremendous moonsault. I think he was the right winner here. Overall, good match. Give me McIntyre versus Aldis. I hope we go to that. I don't know if that's even a possibility if Aldis wants it. But it's something I want to see, so give me McIntyre and Aldis, and then let's give Fatu a push. Next up was the women's fatal four-way for the women's tag team titles. Bailey's so cool. I'm almost certain she was probably the one pushing to have Lyra's music be the music to be played. This whole week she was like posting pictures, and every female wrestler was posting pictures of like the women's wrestling summit she has. Yeah, she's just always giving back to people. She just seems like such a cool person. No one ever has anything bad to say about her. So good on Bailey. Let's see. I thought Lash and Naya's gear was cool, the Demolition tribute. I think they look good as a tag team. I don't their ring work, it is what it is, but I think they're a big menacing tag team. I like to see them continue this and go forward as a tag team. Paige returned, which we all knew. It would have been cooler if it was a surprise, but I guess if you just stay off the internet, it would be. Michael Cole pretended no one knew. He was said something along the lines of who expected Paige to be here, and pretty much absolutely everyone did. But yeah, this is a fine match. It was better than I expected. Didn't go too long, nothing terrible. Fans were into it. And then we got the surprise. I did not expect Paige and Bree to come out victorious, come out tag team champs, but they did. So yeah, this was fine. Then we had the Becky and AJ match, and Becky was played to the ring by the Wonder Years, which was awesome. I was not expecting that. Let's get more of that. That was freaking cool. And yeah, Becky's just so cool. Her gear looked great. She's tremendous. I love Becky. I couldn't believe they allowed Crooked Carr to be the referee yet again. Old fast count Carr. Somehow she just keeps getting Becky matches. But this match felt real short to me. Um, I thought it was probably going to go probably like 10 minutes longer than it did. I'm not sure exactly how long it lasted, but it felt real short to me. I think I enjoyed their previous match better than this one, but it was a fine match. It just felt short for a Mania match. And yeah, Becky won, became the champ. I don't know if AJ is done, if she's done with this run here, if she's done for good, who knows? But Becky's champ. I'm excited for that. I like Becky as a champion because I think she's tremendous on the mic. I think she makes most of her opponents have some of the most entertaining segments they do. So I'm excited that Becky is champ. Then they cut to the crowd again. More Kittle beers. He was checking everyone's beer. He's the man. Then we had Rollins versus Gunther, and I'm pretty sure it was Cole. Might have been Graves, but or not Graves. Might have been Barrett. But I think Cole said this was Seth Rollins' 15th WrestleMania, which is insane to think about. Obviously, that's true, but just thinking that Seth Rollins has been at WrestleMania for a decade and a half is crazy. It does not seem like that. That time has gone really fast. But yeah, this was basically what everyone expected. It was a great match. There was no build to this really, so there was no real story to it. It was just these two guys are tremendous wrestlers. Let's let them have a tremendous wrestling match. And they did just that. We got the Breaker interference to cost Rollins. Breaker looks even more jacked than usual. They almost missed the spear. I doubt this is the way they wanted it to come across on television, but they almost missed the spear of Breaker spearing Rollins. But he speared Rollins. Gunther got the win, and we're going to go into the Breaker and Rollins feud, and then I'm sure we'll find out the Gunther Heyman favor stuff relatively soon. But good match. Next up was Liv versus Stephanie. Liv's entrance was very provocative. It was unique. Her song is gonna get stuck in people's heads. It's kind of catchy, so it's gonna get stuck in people's heads, and it's gonna be annoying. And by that I mean it's gonna get stuck in my head, and it's gonna be annoying if that's the song she uses going forward. But yeah, she had one of the more unique entrances of the night. Stephanie's gear looked great, and this match I thought this match felt short too. It was a good match. It was fine. You had some interference from Roxanne and Raquel, and Liv became champ. I think she's going to be great as champ. I think she's going to have a great run. But yeah, it just felt like a short match as well. At this point, I was thinking, this doesn't really feel like a Mania card. Nothing on the card has been bad or anything like that. It just didn't really have that Mania feel. I thought a lot of the matches felt pretty short. But yeah, nothing was bad on the card to this point, but we were deep into the event here, and it didn't really feel like a WrestleMania to me. The next thing was, I think I might have missed the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame happened somewhere in here, but that's whatever. But then we had the Bianca music hit, which is a cool surprise. I wasn't expecting Bianca to be there. I stayed off the internet as soon as the card started and pretty much the majority of today. So I don't know if it was alluded to, but Bianca was a surprise to me. And for a minute there, for whatever reason, I thought, is Bianca retiring here? Because she looked emotional coming out, and obviously we would find out why. But she looked emotional, and you hear the rumors that her finger injury wasn't going the way it should have, or whatever like that. So I thought for a second she might be retiring, and then when she got into the ring, she basically teased having a wrestling match, and then she let us know that, oh, I'm pregnant. So I went from thinking, is Bianca retiring, to, oh, we're getting a match, to, oh, she's pregnant, all in the matter of like a minute and a half. So congratulations to Bianca and Montez Ford. Cena was out there because this was while he did the attendance announcement. He was like, "Thank you for letting us know. We're all your family. Congratulations," stuff like that. It sucks we won't see Bianca for at least another year now, but obviously things are more important than wrestling. So congratulations to them. Um, One thing I noticed throughout this entire event was that like between every match there was like 4 minutes of ads, and when I signed up for ESPN this morning, it said like $29.99 with ads. So I looked around to see if like there was a no ad option, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if that just doesn't exist, but if we got the like video packages leading into the matches, this would have felt way more like WrestleMania. I'd much rather watch that than 4 minutes of ads. I think that kind of takes away from the feel. But yeah, I don't know if that's possible. Maybe they do that international, but I couldn't find it. But I think that would have added to the matches. But then for the main event, we did get a video package, and the lead up to this main event hasn't been good, hasn't been great, hasn't really been much of anything. But the video package made it seem much bigger than it kind of should have felt. So I think if we got those video packages, this would have felt much more like a WrestleMania. But we get ads instead. I guess that's just where we're at in wrestling in 2026. But we got the video package for Cody and Rhodes, or for Cody and Orton. And then the first thing leading into the match was Pat McAfee getting his own entrance, which is wild. That Pat McAfee is going to be the first one to the ring in the main event of a WrestleMania. His is the first music to hit. But that's where we're at. There was a kid flipping him off at ringside, which was great. He was flipping him off later, but we'll get to there. Cody's entrance was fire. Cody's entrance was a main event level entrance. I thought that was one of the better entrances, probably in quite a few WrestleManias. I thought that one was great. It showed the Stardust gimmick, the dashing Cody Rhodes, the youthful rookie Cody Rhodes, stuff like that. So I thought that was a cool entrance for Cody Rhodes. That felt main event level. And then before the match even started, they kind of had their little brawl. Cody kicked McAfee, and the bump McAfee took off the kick was hilarious. Pat's pretty much the only person who gets Cody over completely as a babyface. So at least he's accomplishing that. If that's their goal for Pat to help Cody be over as a babyface, he's doing really well, because they love whenever Cody does anything to him, and then a lot of the other time Cody gets booed. So at least McAfee's doing that. But yeah, they took McAfee out early. Jelly Roll gave him the elbow drop through the table, and I thought that was a smart idea. It took away the distraction for a while. Obviously he would come back out later, but for the majority of the match, the focus was completely on Orton and Rhodes. So I thought that was good. They stretchered Pat off, and then as he was getting stretchered off, that same kid flipped him off as well. And I think the fans all saw it, and they got a little pop out of that. So that kid's the man. Then we had the match. They had a solid match. Had blood, had false finishes. Fans were really into it. And then Orton RKO'd Little Nate, and Pat came out with a neck brace and a referee shirt on, and I thought that was hilarious. Pat McAfee's entertaining. He shouldn't be in the main event picture here, but Pat McAfee's entertaining. I think he's outstanding. Then Orton, I don't remember what it was. He might have RKO'd Cody or whatever, but Orton went for a pin. Pat started the count, and Cody kicked out at 2, and then I guess Orton was just not happy at the speed at which Pat counted, so he RKO'd Pat. And then very shortly after that, Cody, was it a crossroads? I don't know what Cody did, but Cody went for the pinfall on Orton. Lil Nate gave the 3 count, and Cody was your champion. I didn't expect that. That was a surprise to me. I didn't think Cody was retaining here. At this point, it made me think, wait, are these Orton injury rumors true? Because that was a surprise to me. I did not expect Cody to win this. But at least Cody in this match, he didn't do like the I'm a super baby face, I can never do anything wrong thing that he was doing like a year or so ago when he wouldn't hit someone with a chair. I forget who it was. But he low blowed Orton, and he did what he had to do to get the win. So he's winning at all costs. But yeah, Cody Rhodes still your champion. And it closed with Orton attacking Cody. He left him bloody, hit him with the belt, and then he punted him and left him incapacitated. So who knows where we go from here. Orton is the unhinged, I'm attacking anyone and everyone who doesn't benefit me. So I don't know if he is actually injured. I don't think he is, being that they did this, I don't think they would have ended WrestleMania with Orton holding the title if he's not going to be around. But yeah, I can't remember the last time, if ever, the world champion at the end of a WrestleMania was left beaten down. So it's interesting to see where we'll go from here. Overall, I did think it was a solid card. There's nothing bad, but nothing really stood out either. It didn't really feel like a Mania card to me, but it was a fine card. I am more excited for tomorrow. So hopefully it steps it up tomorrow and it feels more like WrestleMania. But yeah, those are my thoughts on night one. I thought it was entertaining, could have been better, but nothing was bad, nothing was terrible. It just didn't really have that Mania feel for me. But we start tomorrow with Brock versus Oba, so we're gonna have that Mania feel immediately. So yeah, that's WrestleMania night one, and we'll do night two tomorrow.